just got something to say about ADHD.
Rabbi, when a man is struggling with ADHD, he can constantly feel like his mind's racing. He's unable to focus during davening. There could be so much guilt, so much shame, and the pressure of being holy can just be so overwhelming for him. What would you advise an ADHD man, an ADHD Jewish man, who is struggling with this thing called ADHD, on how to really tap in, not to just Shabbat, but to his true self, to his realest self?
Wow.
That was a good question. Huh?
That was a good one. You said three of my least favorite words: guilt, shame, and pressure.
I thought you were going to say gefilte fish.
But you didn't say that. Had you said that, I know. The ADHD podcast. Here we go. So, guilt, shame, and pressure.
Right.
So, David HaMelech, our holy Malchus, says, Ivdu et Hashem b'simcha, you should serve Hashem b'simcha.
Mm-hmm.
And you should serve Hashem b'simcha with what you've got. So, if you have ADHD that Hashem gave you as a gift, then pressure, guilt, shame it's not an appropriate emotion. Now, I understand why one would feel that, because you think that Hashem's expecting some kind of debakus and all that kind of thing, but Hashem knows you, knows your challenge, and says, I want you to serve me through the ADHD. It's not overcome it necessarily. I want you to use it to some extent, and be okay with it. So this is really how I see it. Firstly, we have the guilt and the fear and the shame. Rather, we have to see our avodas Hashem as an opportunity to use what God's given us to come closer to God.
Mm-hmm.
So the very first thing, obviously, that Rabbi Nachman speaks about is to speak to Hashem about it. Hashem's not surprised. So if you say, in the middle of your Shemona Esrei, you just think about all the things, stop for a second, take a deep breath and say, Hashem, I just want to talk to you. I just want to be with you. And the ADHD is distracting me. And that in itself would be an amazing deep connection to Hashem. Just speaking honestly, saying, look, I'm struggling with this, but you gave it to me. That in itself would be the deepest prayer you could do. The second major thing is that people put layers and layers and layers on their staff. So let's say you feel anxious. So what most people do is they then get anxious that they're anxious. They're like, oh no, I can't believe I'm anxious, and they catastrophize and they build it up. If you were just to say, you know what, I feel anxious right now, and that's okay. I'm okay with feeling anxious. So with ADHD, if you try to fight it, you're actually just feeding it. You can't fight your mind, really. And so the more you're like, oh, this is going against my avodas Hashem and it's terrible, the more you're actually feeding it and making it into a big, significant thing. Because whatever thoughts you make significant, that becomes your experience of reality. So let's say you're in Shabbat. Shabbat must be terribly difficult because there's nothing to distract you. So if you have ADHD, at least the week you've got screens to look at and you got stuff to do. So Shabbat, that could be particularly challenging for everyone really, but especially someone with ADHD. So what you need to do is you need to notice when you're not being present and you're jumping around. Okay. But rather than getting upset with yourself, judging yourself, getting upset with Hashem, just accept it. Say, I've got this. It doesn't make me a bad person. And the less significance you give it, the less you feed into it, the less you engage with it, the actual less it becomes, because you can then just come back to the present. And then you'll go off again. And if your mind goes off and then you start judging yourself and you're judging your mind, and why would Hashem give me this challenge? Then you're just going further off. So once you notice you've plugged out, smile and come back in and take a deep breath and say, okay, I'm going to bring myself present again. So I teach meditation courses and people say, I try to meditate and my mind keeps wandering and I have to bring it back. And my mind runs it in 3 minutes, 20 times, my mind wanders, I bring it back. So I say to them, that doesn't mean you failed 20 times. I mean, you succeeded 20 times because the goal is to bring your mind back.
Right.
Like now. Oh, there you go.
I was just thinking about unicorns.
Yeah. I actually tell my students that they should hit their head just softly. And I see them doing it. It's quite funny. I do it myself sometimes.
Were you inspired by Rabbi Berger with the little...
I don't know. I'll just let it. And hello, back. once I note it, I don't then feel I failed or beat myself up. I actually feel I succeeded in catching it and bringing it back. And the more you can do it in that kind of joyful, playful way and not like get upset by it. Like often people say I'm up, if they get upset, they say I'm upset. And then they're like, but I shouldn't be upset by this. So now they're just upset that they're upset. So they're just piling layers on layers. If you could say I'm upset, and it's okay to be upset sometimes because I'm human, then it wouldn't be so bad. So the same thing with ADHD. Obviously, if you can combat it, you should, and whatever you need to do. But I think it's more accepting it and living within it.
So here's a question, right? Because it's much harder, right? Much easier said than done, right? But to be able to notice that feeling, hey, I'm experiencing anger right now. Wow, I'm really angry. And just see it as an emotion and not let that emotion affect our entire day. Because a lot of times with ADHD, the emotion that you're experiencing will take you over and now your whole day's ruined, right? So what would you say are some practical steps that a person can take to start recognizing the emotion is just an emotion and without letting it take over their entire day?
So I think this is where you can use the power of ADHD.
Okay.
Just flip out of the emotion. How about that?
Explain.
The emotion only takes over you if you think about it. The more you think about what made you angry, the angrier you're going to get.
So if you flip it...
So just don't think about it. Think about chickens. Use your ADHD to stop feeding that emotion. Emotions are like fire. Thoughts are like wood. The more wood you put on the fire, the bigger and stronger the fire gets. So if you are ADHDing, you're just putting more and more wood on the fire, the emotion is going to get wood. So you do the opposite. Suddenly think about football.
But usually when that happens with a guy who has ADHD, it's not like he wants to think about chickens, right?
Yeah, but now you can use it. You can use your ability to tap out.
You're saying use the ability purposely.
Yes.
So one would need to train himself to do that. Because we're
in a way, but you know that
you're naturally able to do that. Yeah. No, it's true. It's true that a lot of times with ADHD, it's like someone can really do something that hurts us. Right. And we're able to, at first it could take us a long time to get over it, but eventually after some time, it can kind of just like dissipate, you know?
We need to be more conscious in doing that without repressing and denying our emotions.
Right.
Saying, look, I feel angry now, but I'm not going to feed into it. I'm going to go and play tennis.
Okay.
Are there tennis courts in Sfat?
No.
It's very hard because
there's a soccer court, but not in the old city. It's like
football pitch.
Yeah. Football court. Would you say that unicorns are there? See what's happening? I'm like thinking about.
You just did that on purpose. I did that on purpose.
I'm training myself.
Exactly.
I'm training myself. Okay. I think the negative beliefs play a big part of what we're talking about.
There's something wrong with me.
Right.
And I'm not good enough, and guilt and shame. So I see it, someone who is diabetic and they need to take insulin. Is that wrong? Are they bad? Are they a bad person? No. I'm diabetic. I need to take insulin. So God gave me this, feels like a curse, but what God gives you is a gift. God gave me this thing. I also think that people need to not identify with it. I am ADHD. I am an ADHD man. No, you're not.
Right.
You're in the neshama.
Right.
Your neshama doesn't have ADHD.
Right.
Your neshama is completely pure and calm.
Right.
So this is another thing which is obviously more difficult for ADHD people. If you can find a way to meditate, Kavana app. Have you got the Kavana app?
No.
Oh my goodness, get the Kavana app.
What's the Kavana app?
It's a Jewish mindfulness and guided mindfulness and meditation app.
Whoa.
Very
right on the phone.
Very professional.
Okay.
Women's section, kids section. I teach lots of courses on there.
Okay.
Like many amazing teachers on there. The Kavana app.
Kavana app. Okay.
If you can tap into your neshama through breathing and doing mitzvahs, I know it's easier said than done, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Right.
Then, once you stop identifying, then you can actually identify with your soul more, and your soul's cool. Your soul's chilled out and it's very present. I have many students that are in AA. They weren't before they met me in AA. And I love AA. I think it's very good, apart from the very first thing they make you say. First thing they make you say in AA is, I am an alcoholic and I'm a victim. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
You are not an alcoholic. You're a neshama. but there's nothing you can do about your alcoholism. I don't mind anything apart from those. I am an alcoholic. Those 4 words I don't agree with. It's not true. But everything after that, and I'm helpless against my alcoholism. You can still say that, and I need Hashem to help me.
I think it's
don't identify. That label. I'm not.
The label can make a person think like exactly what you're saying. Like I am this and nothing else. But I would say the one good thing about the label is that like we can understand from it what I'm struggling with.
Beautiful.
And that's it. That's what it's used for.
What is my struggle? Not who am I?
Exactly.
So someone said to me the other day, I'm a high anxiety person. And I said, no, you're not. You're in the neshama, perfect and pure. You're struggling with anxiety. But you aren't a high anxiety person. You're in the neshama. The neshamas are cool.
Right. Sometimes we can get so stuck in like what I'm experiencing that I think I am that thing.
Many people identify as their pain. Right. I am the one whose parents got divorced. I am the one who got bullied. It's not who you are. Those are struggles that you have. And the struggles that you have are given to you by Hashem to help you become a greater person. So you should see your struggle and there's no shame or guilt. No one feels guilt and shame about being diabetic, or there's no room for that. So stop fighting it. Just accept it. And through accepting it, you take away some of the power of it, and then you can be more present.
So I'll end it with one last question, okay?
Yeah.
What can someone do on Shabbat when they're starting to feel the anxiety, the overwhelmness, the shame, the guilt, the regret, and the feelings are so strong, and they can't distract on their phones, right? They have to be in the moment. What would you suggest?
I would suggest that they do something physical and pleasant in the present moment. That means your 5 senses.
Okay.
Smell lavender oil, have a piece of chocolate, and look at the view. And I know your mind's going to be racing, but you can let your mind race. You don't need your mind to stop racing, but you need to be able to just watch it from a little place of groundedness in the body, because meditation doesn't work. When you're very triggered, sitting and breathing not going to work. You kill yourself.
You have to get yourself back into...
Grounded. Touch something. Do something to make you physical. Go and bounce a ball. Do something. And then, very, very important, have a positive phrase. A mantra, so to speak. I call it a chazmil. Chazarat milim. Repeating phrases. Like, you know what? I'm in the game. I love you, Hashem. I'm okay. Nothing's wrong. Even if your mind and body don't feel it, and they're like, no, you're not. You're guilt and fear. Your words, which are very powerful, you
seeds.
Go straight through that and say, you know what? I'm doing pretty well, actually. And your mind will be like, no, you're not. You're this, and you're bad. And you take a deep breath and say, no, actually, I'm doing pretty well, actually. Just that. It's gentle. I'm doing pretty well, actually. I'm fine.
I think people underestimate how powerful our words are.
Words and just simple repetition of a positive phrase
can change your whole world.
Sending the right message to your system, because the ADHD and the shame and the guilt is sending such unhealthy messages to your system. I'm wrong, I'm bad, it's my fault. You've just got to drill through that with a positive, healthy message to your system. I'm doing okay. Not my fault.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go through this. Everything's going to be fine.
Because if you have ADHD, you've been telling yourself these negative, limiting beliefs about yourself since you were a young kid, and now you're doing it when you're in your 30s. It's going to take a lot of repetition to reprogram that. And you do it through words. People planting seeds.
People who have low self-esteem is because they've been saying for 14 years, I'm not good enough.
Right.
You start saying for 14 years, I'm actually a radiant being of divine light, then that will change everything.
Absolutely.
I actually think everyone's got ADHD. Obviously, different levels.
Right.
But your average person, I'm having this conversation with people who aren't diagnosed with ADHD. So we've all got this. And there are basic tools that our sages teach us to just chill it out. We're okay. You're doing well.
Right. It's important to be kind to ourselves, to show compassion.
Yeah.
It's so important. If we were to treat other people the same way we would treat ourselves, we have no friends.
Yeah. If someone spoke to you how you speak to yourself, you'd kill them quite quickly.
Right. Or Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Rabbi. I really appreciate you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Shabbos.
Oh, I think that I might have not been in the camera towards the end.
You were?
Was I in? I was in there?
Yeah, well, I hope so, because I'm not doing it again.
I know.